So it's 1 minute past 8, and I like to start things on time, and besides, I'm about ready to fall asleep. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to make a magic wand. I hope that you were able to download the template for the magic wand. Here's what it looks like. Now, if you weren't able to download it, not to worry, because it's easy enough for you to make one from scratch. Do me a favor and go to where I posted and comment and let me know if anybody's out there, would you? Okay, I'm refreshing so we can see. And we'll go down here and is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Oh, hi, Mary. Hi. Okay, well, that's great. As long as I'm not totally alone in the world, that's all that matters. So, if you did this, let me show you how to transfer a picture like this. Hi, Amy. Amy Gill. Good. Nice to see you. Oh, hi. Oh, I see. You're on my phone. That's so nice. Oh, happy. Okay, so here's the pattern. I'm going to show you how to transfer a pattern in case you don't know how. Yes, Jax. Everybody knows that you're here and it's good to have you, buddy. So, I have here some plain cardstock. And I don't know if the rest of you have ever done this before, so it might be redundant, but what you do is you take a pencil, and I'm going to get some graphite pencils up here, and this uses a lot of graphite, so you might need more than one pencil. And you'll notice I'm working on the back side. The right side of the paper goes down, and I'm scrubbing it with my pencil. I'm scrubbing the back of the pencil of the paper. See? Like that. You want it to be messy. It's okay if it's messy. Scrub. And of course there's another way to do that, and I'll show you the second way to transfer a pattern too, but this is a useful trick to know because anytime you've got a pattern that you want to transfer, what you're doing is you're making carbon paper. You're taking the carbon from the pencil, you're transferring it to the paper, and then you're going to trace the paper, and that will give you your design. And usually what I do is I go back and forth one way, like that, and now I'll rotate the paper and go back and forth another way. Kind of a nice warm-up for your hand and your arm too. I hope all of you had a good day today. I did? Okay, so now I've gone back and forth 2 ways on the back of the star. I just did it on one star because that's all we need. Now I'm going to take that paper and I'm putting it down on top of my cardstock. Okay? And I'm going to trace that star, the same one that I just scribbled all over. I'm going to use this pencil, but I'm going to retract the lead. So I'm tracing it. I'll see if I can show you a little better by tilting this. Tracing it. So I'm going around the outline of the star. I'm tracing it with this de-leaded pencil. I'm tracing all around the star, making the little marks, the indentation marks that I made, tracing it, trace. Okay. And now you can see, it's kind of faint, but you can see there's an outline of the star. I'll darken that so you can see it better. All right. And if I had put more graphite on the back when I transferred it, I would have gotten a brighter outline, but the main point was to show you how to do that because it's a useful trick. You can use it for all kinds of things. All right, so there's the outline of the star. And now I'm going to cut that out. Now, I grew up learning how to sew with my mother, and I always bought the smallest amount of material as possible and tried to get as much as I could out of it. So you'll notice I don't waste much of anything. It might be because I'm Scottish, it might be that I grew up poor, I don't know. I remember though, in one of the Louisa May Alcott books, the one sister, I think it was Jo, gave up on a dress because she didn't have enough material to make the sleeve. And her sister pieced the material together and finished the sleeve. And Jo was a little miffed. So for all of us who are thrifty with our supplies, that was a banner moment in literature. I should look that up and see which sister it was and what she did. But I think about that often because I never use like right in the middle of a piece of paper if I can. So here is my first star cut out, okay? And now that I have this, I can use it as a template and make another star out of this cardstock, right? So here's the second star for the wand out of the cardstock. Now the other thing I could have done with my pattern was I could have glued it or taped it to the card and cut it. But I wanted to show you how to do the transfer because I use that quite a bit when I'm doing things. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. All right, so these are going to be the two outsides of our stars. That's because this is a light cardstock, but it's a smooth surface cardstock, I hope. I hope you've got a smooth surface. And by using the smooth cardstock, we'll be able to decorate it beautifully. We don't have to worry about anything being lumpy underneath or anything like that. Okay, and right around the corner. One of the things that helps when you're cutting something is to think of cutting away the paper you don't want. That gives you a better cut. Okay. Two little stars. Okay, now we need a sandwich layer. So I got some cardstock. You would know, of course, today that helping me, and I'm going to trace this on the heavier cardstock, my husband, while I was out at a doctor's appointment, threw out all of our cardboard boxes. He was so proud of himself. He said, I got all the recycling out. And I was like, no, I needed some of that cardstock. So I traced it on it. This is corrugated cardboard, and you know what the corrugated cardboard's like. It's got the little wobbly center. Do you have to use corrugated cardboard for the center? No, you don't. You don't, but I found it worked pretty well. It gave me a nice padded center. So here we go. I'm cutting out one more. My dog is moaning softly in the background because he knows that something is happening and he is not a part of it. And to him, that is just a huge crisis. Okay, so we're going around this. We're going around this. I was thinking about doing these regularly because there are all kinds of things that I make all the time, and I thought maybe some of you would like to make some too. And it was a fun way for us to get together, and I don't always need to be shilling my books. I think that's pretty boring. Okay, so here's my thicker layer of cardboard, but you'll notice I cut a little divot. If you look at the pattern, right here I've got a little divot. And that's because we need to be able to put a stick in there. Now, it's pretty simple to figure out where the divot goes. Now I brought chopsticks and straws. We had Chinese food tonight. So if I want a really long wand, I could use a chopstick. A straw works fine too. It's a straw. So I just make sure that the divot that I made is the right size, right? So that there's room. You got it? Okay. Are you guys there? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Oh, Marla's there. Oh, hello, hello. Hello, all my friends. Okay, so I'm going to cut out this little divot. I guess it's not a divot till I cut it out, is it? Doop, 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 doop. And now the pièce de la résistance. Well, first of all, I may have a problem with this because this is shiny. I don't think I will, but I might. So I might actually use the glue gun because my glue might not do so well with this. Where was the world? Where was civilization before they made glue guns? It's funny that we call it a glue gun, isn't it? Because it's not really glue. It's melted plastic, but I guess it doesn't matter what we call it as long as we know what we're talking about. Okay. My little glue gun, we'll let it heat up, because if you've got a shiny surface on your cardstock, it doesn't handle glue or paint very well. Now, one thing you could do is you could take something and sand that shiny surface, like emery boards or sandpaper. Let me show you something while my glue gun's heating up. I want trim around the outside of my wand. And so you can see, here's how I made it, and see what I used was corrugated card. Now, let me show you how to get corrugated card to do that. And again, I'm waiting for my glue gun to heat up. Here's a little strip of corrugated card. I'm going to put it in water for a minute or two. Warm water's best, but hey, I went ahead and poured this earlier so I wouldn't have to get up. Take off one piece of paper. That's the shiny piece. And now, whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on, baby. Work with me here. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Doop de doo. I use this lumpy part for kind of like wainscoting and doll houses. I use it for all sorts of things. It's what strengthens the card. It can be a little booger when it wants to be. Aha, I got it started now. Look, it's like unzipping the paper. And see, you get that nice corrugated bumpity bump. I remember meeting you in the library in Indiana. Oh, how sweet. Oh, Meg. Meg, I don't even know what state you're in right now, Meg. It's kind of crazy. Margaret teaches art, so she's probably looking at me going, ah. So anyway, here's how you get the bumpy part, right? And the fact that it's damp is actually pretty good because that'll make it easier to manipulate. So I'm going to put another bumpy part in. Now, a purist would have measured the strips and stuff. I'm not that careful. I am not that careful. Okay, so glue gun. Oh, yep, it is emitting glue. I have read that if you put glue sticks in the freezer, they don't get stringy when you use them. So in with my fruit pops and some other food in my freezer, I have glue sticks, which I'm sure my husband wonders about. So I'm going to take this and this, and I'm going to draw right there, because that's where my straw is going to go. Like I park it in a garage. Okay. I think Martha Stewart always says you should keep a bowl of cold water nearby so you don't burn yourself with a glue stick. I should be so lucky. Okay, so this is what I did to glue the straw to this. Okay, now it's sandwich time. It's sandwich time. And of course I got a little stringy piece of glue. Not that it matters, but hey, we want to be really pristine about this, which we won't be. All right, so now I'm going to glue sandwich together. Actually, the glue that's already on there, whoa, is kind of holding things together. Okay, let's work with me here, stuff. Work with me. Uh-oh, something fell. My sister watching this is probably amazed that anyone was able to walk through this room, that I was able to walk through it, because she knows what a mess it's been. Okay. More glue. Oh, the smell of melting plastic. The joy of it. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm just kind of sandwiching the glue gun glue in between. Yeah. So it's a pretty sloppy job. Pretty sloppy. I love using scraps for projects too. And in fact, it's kind of a problem on my part because I have so many scraps of so many things. But you know, that's the thing about being a crafter, is you can usually take something small and turn it into something else. Of course, for me, something else can be pretty darn weird. So now I'm trimming up, because anytime you trace something as a pattern, the second piece that you trace is not going to be exactly the same as the first. It's just kind of a rule. Alrighty. Okay, so these are pretty close to matching each other. And now we have one more part of our sandwich. Why hasn't somebody invented a glue gun where the second strand of glue just comes right down automatically and you don't have to do some sort of bizarre... Ugh. Who knows? Okay. So now, I sandwich together. It's not a mess, it's art in progress. Thank you, Margaret. You are right. It is, what is it that's saying? To be creative, one must be willing to stand the chaos. Yeah. And I have my share of chaos for sure. So I'm gonna neaten this up some. And I thought I brought up my little scissors. Little scissors would be better for this. Do I have them? Do I have them? Come to me, little scissors. Come to me. Well, I've got some here. Let's see. Aha, waha, waha. I could take an X-Acto blade and do this, but I'd probably cut my finger off in front of all of you. Goodness knows I have enough craft-related injuries. I actually have a tattoo on one of my thumbs where I poke myself with an ink pen, and I've got this blue dot on my thumb. So if my body ever needs to be identified, one of you can tell the authorities, she's got a blue dot on her thumb. It's not really a tattoo, it's just kind of like this stupid thing. Okay, so here's what I've got. I have this. And I want to trim out the edge of it. Oh, look how easily this part's coming apart. That's what happens if you soak things a proper amount of time. Yeah. And the glue gun, it should be able to work with this because the glue gun being plastic, it should not be a problem. So let's see what happens. Okay, notice I've made a complete disaster out of this area. I'll put in another piece in case I need another piece. Do 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 do. Alrighty, and it's best to start like at the bend. A little bit of glue. Stick the paper. Yeah. Go around the corner. Try not to glue my finger. You know, when you're doing something in front of other people, the propensity to make a mistake grows exponentially. It really does. I remember when I was first teaching college and I wrote on the board, "Welcome to the public relations class." Only I wasn't used to writing on a chalkboard, and I said, "Welcome to the pubic relations class." My students paid a lot of attention from then on. All right. All right. This is pretty nifty. I'd never really tried to glue anything wet before. It wants to come apart there. We'll have to give it a little love. All right. Now, instead of a straw, you could have even used a twig. Although I have to tell you, if you're going to use a twig, it's probably really good to make sure that it doesn't have any critters on it. I made this like wall hanging for my bathroom, and I used a big twig, and then every day when I went to the bathroom, I noticed this little pile of sawdust underneath. I think there was something in it for a long time that was trying to get out. Not that I cared. I mean, I can live with a little pile of sawdust. But it was kind of funny because I would wipe it up, and then the next day there'd be more sawdust, and I'd think to myself, I could have sworn I wiped that up. But anyway, alrighty. You could also use just a strip of copy paper to put around the edge, or you could put ribbon around the edge, or you could use quilling paper. I like quilling paper because it's pre-cut. It's all ready to go. You could use masking tape, I suppose, but the problem with masking tape is going to be that it'll be too big and you'll have leftover masking tape dripping around, you know. And all right, and coming around the corner. And there we have it. The outside has this really cool, mega cool edging. And in a couple of places where the glue came undone, I'm just going to put a little extra glue. Yes, there. Ta-da! This is a naked wand. Naked. Now, at this point, there's something really important that you need to do. Really important. What you need to do is you need to write the magic. You need to add the magic to your wand. Because, you know, if it's just like this, it's just not magic. So, on your flat portion of the star, I want you to write something about your magic, like, I can make magic, I'm magic, I make magic every day, I believe in magic, Write your own message. I wrote, I make magic happen. And I'm signing it with my name. Now, this is going to be inside. It'll be covered up, but you know what? You'll know it's there. Yeah, and that's what makes it magic. All right, so what am I going to do with this? It's kind of plug ugly. I save foil. I save a lot of things, but I'm really big into saving foil. Obviously, this was a card for my husband at one time, and I saved the foil envelope. So I got plenty of foil. You could use anything to cover your star. I saved this from food. You know, I clean off the food. It's really a wonder I don't have more bugs. But yeah. So, I don't want to put that on the glue gun, I don't think. So, I'm going to draw around my wand, which I probably should have done before I sandwiched all the pieces together. That would have been smart. But it is what it is. Or, I know. I want to get a really good close shave. I want to do it right. Oh, and this is foil, so this should show up. Let's see. Put it like this. Let's see what happens. The old Trace-O-Matic. I don't know if all of you are old enough to remember mimeograph machines. I'm not even sure how those things worked. And then we always called them photocopiers. They were such a big deal, a photocopier. Yeah, it made a slight indentation. It's not big, but it's enough for me to follow. Oop, I just cut the tip off my star. Amputee, oh well. You know, in Zentangle, they say there are no mistakes. We'll pretend that we're doing Zentangle and there are no mistakes, right? Okay. Now, one of you said that you were going to go out and buy yourself a magic wand, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. You can buy them usually from the dollar store in the kids department, kids toys. But of course, if you buy one, it will not have the same degree of magic as your wand will have if you make it yourself, right? Of course, you could use that as your base magic wand and then, you know, gussy it up. Gussy's a very southern word. Whoop. All right. Alrighty then. Now I'm going to, will it work? Will it work? Will it work? Yes. Oh, but it'll show a little bit. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. So what can we do? What can we do? You know, I think one of the big things about crafts is you have to know how to fix things when you screw up, because by golly, when you try something new, chances are you're going to screw up. So I'm not going to worry about this. It's going to be a little small for the size, but I have a plan. So, have you seen these? They they sit like this, so the glue's always ready. How nice is that? None of that slapping the glue bottle around and saying, come on out. Okay, so I have my little star in. But it's a little bit small. Well, you could put some trim around it, couldn't we? Let's see, what have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Let's see. I think all my gold trim is downstairs. But I just found this bag. It's got a little bit of gold trim, but that's not enough. So what shall I do? What shall I do? Cut some gold trim. I could paint it. And if I had my gold marker up here, I could use my gold marker. But I have none of that. I am ill prepared for this problem. Let's see what happens if I do this. I'm cutting a very thin strip of gold. Could I put it around? Yes, I could make it, but it's not going to like it when it gets to the corner. What can I do? You guys have any ideas? Oh, that's cool. Aluminum foil. Yeah, that's a great improvement for tacky glue. I have all kinds of things up here, but I don't have my gold ribbon. It's downstairs. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Is it here? No? Is it here? Is it there? No? Oh, I know what I can use. Aha! Aha! Sparkly pipe cleaners to the rescue. Do, 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 do. This will work. This will so work. Yeah. 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 Okay. So I wrote a book on how to use rubber stamps in scrapbooks. And I made so many mistakes as I was making the scrapbook pages that I put in an entire section about what to do when you make a mistake when you're rubber stamping. That section proved to be the most beloved part of the book. Because here's the deal. If you craft, you are going to make mistakes. Honest to God. I mean, it's just going to happen. That's part of the creative process. And part of being a crafty person is just saying and going on and finding a way to work around that mistake rather than giving up. This is a prime example. I'm thinking this is pretty cool. And I wouldn't have done it this way. I have, of course, a copious amount of pipe cleaners. I think every time I go into the dollar store, I buy more pipe cleaners. There's something about them. They're addictive. So is yarn. And I should really be very happy about the fact that I'm able to put these to good use. Can you see how it's coming along? Now, how cool is that? Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. If you don't tell people you made a mistake, they most likely won't ever know. This is true, Meg. This is true. I have been known to wear some of my sweaters backwards all day long, and nobody knew. And in Zentangle, they often tell you if you make a mistake, repeat it, and it becomes a pattern. That makes sense, doesn't it? But the biggest thing is just don't give up. I mean, you know, giving up's the easy thing, the easy way. Those are my really good scissors. And there you have it. You never know when you're going to need a pipe cleaner. No, you don't. Pipe cleaner, Q-tip, there's some things in life you just can't get by without. You're going to need them. You will need them. Now I have some washi tape. I don't know if I've got anything that's pretty enough to put to use on the straw, but I think I've got some glitter. It'd be kind of cool to see if I could, like, that's kind of precarious. Yes, precarious. Ugh. Wonder, what if I put glitter inside the pipe cleaner? Do I have glitter glue? I might. Oh, but I have gold and silver nail polish, which I only use for crafts. You'll never see me wearing gold nail polish except by mistake. Jaxie, it's okay. I'm not going to run over anybody. No. Well, I don't see, or do I? If I had glitter glue, what I would do is I would squirt glitter glue up the straw, because the glitter glue inside the straw would eventually dry out and make it cool. But I don't think I have any glitter glue. However, I do have just some plain glitter, and I do have glue. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I squirt a little glue in and then put some sprinkly glitter and see what happens? I mean, what do I have that dries clear? Got some Elmer's Glue All. I think it dries clear. Dries fast, non-toxic. Oh no. I don't know. Try it? Okay, Meg. This is some sort of craft glue, and it's clear. Got it from the dollar store. Okay, now I had something to kind of shield my desk. Okay. Now watch this, it'll just pour out on my desk. Yeah, it would have. I guess I need to cut the top off. But this is clear, so follow the bouncing plastic. Alrighty then. We shall see what happens. Jaxie, would you go pick that up? You're pretty good at picking things up. This is clear. Now I gotta be careful because it might run out the other end. And here is the glitter. These are those little nail decor things. Bottles. You buy them at the dollar store. Woohoo! Woohoo! Ooh! Now, how cool is that? Now I'm going to plug it with some of this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! We doed it. We doed it. Woo! Oh. Yeah, until the glue dries, I probably want to keep this kind of like that. Okay, and now I'm going to put gems. Yay for the dollar store. The dollar store and I are close personal friends. Yes. Okay, let's put some gems. I'm a big person for sequins. I like sequins. 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 My favorite color is glitter. That's the cat food, the automatic cat feeder. God forbid that our cat should have to wait to have somebody notice that she needs cat food. Oh no, we have an automatic dispenser for Miss Maple. Okay. You probably know this, but you should always do things in threes or in odd numbers. It's more aesthetically pleasing or something. Okay. So I think the next thing that we might do together is I might show you how to make a Santa Claus candy dish out of a juice bottle. Santa baby, do 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 do, do do do. Alrighty, you probably can't see a thing I'm doing. You would mix clear glue with glitter in a bottle, then fill the straw. That would have been a smart way to do it. Yeah, that would have worked. I really like gold nail polish for doing trim on things. Like trim on oyster shells. It works really well for that. There are just some things that enamel of the nail polish just really does well with. Oh shoot, this is a little stack of stars. Brat. Okay. All right. Okay. Da da do 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 do. Sparkle, sparkle. I heard somewhere that Shirley Temple's mother used to tell Shirley before she went out on stage, "Sparkle, Shirley, sparkle." That's a good thing to remember. A lot of times we need to just trust in our ability to sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Alrighty, alrighty. Almost there, almost there. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Notice that I use only the most exacting instruments for crafting. Ha, ha, ha. That's why God gave you fingers. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Now, how cool is that? Is that major cool or is that major cool? Yeah. I think it probably rates as major cool. Yeah. What I might do is, I don't like the cardboard on the sides. It's too dull. So I paint it. Sometimes at the end of the day, I get a little wobble to my hands. Oh, the vagrancies of growing old. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that's pretty cool because that gives it kind of a shiny edge. Do any of you have any questions? Questions that I may or may not be able to answer. Is that glue dripping out from this? Yeah, it sure is. Well, let's have it just grip on that, okay? We have a lot of wind outside. It's windy, windy, windy. Windy, windy, windy. So, I don't know. Would you like a little Halloween scene next week? Because I've got some cute ones. Would you like a little Shop of Horrors plant made with pistachio shells? Would you like a Halloween candy dish? I'll tell you what, I will put pictures. Teresa, how are you, Teresa? Oh, well, Meg, they're 3-point glasses. They're 3.0. They're the strongest glasses that I can get. So I will put up pictures on my Facebook page, and I'll let you guys vote on what craft we do. Halloween dish, okay? Okay. I have some really cool Halloween dishes that I've made. One's a Frankenstein and one's a witch. So I'll put them up, and then you can decide. You can vote on them. We'll take a poll, and I'll tell you how you can prep for the class because you'll want to get as much done as you can. But yeah, this glue will, we hope, dry clear. If not, we'll stick something on top of it. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. That's not my favorite look, but see, only have 10 minutes left to go, so we did pretty darn good. And I'm probably gonna let this dry on its side. There's still some wet glue inside it, so I may hold it upside down so the sparkle runs all over. Yeah. Watching from work, that's pretty funny. So yeah, what I do and what I'll show you we can do is, for a candy dish, take a juice container, cut it here, glue the bottom to the top, okay? This is simply orange, but any juice container will work. This part becomes the neck, and then this is where your candy dish will go. And what we'll do is we will cover that in paper towel or paper and paint it, and you will have a Halloween candy dish without the candy or with the candy. You can decide what kind of candy you put in it. And the other thing I'm going to do is I will put this up on my on my YouTube channel. It's my name, so you can look it up later if you decided not to craft along with me, which is fine. That's cool, you know. I mean, you're a big person. You can do what you want. Oh, I should show you. I just finished this today. Well, it's almost finished. It's not all the way. I've crocheted this. I'm so proud of myself. I get more thrills out of the things I do for myself than anyone should be allowed to do, to feel. What do you think? How cool is it? It's a lacy cardigan. Yeah. I need to do the trim around the front of it. Ta-da! 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 I'm just such a happy person. Just give me some glue and some scissors and man, I just have the best time. I hope you had a good time too. And I'll see you Monday at Joanna's Readers. And it's 8 till 9, but I think that's okay. Have a good night. Thanks. Bye.